We are live, boys. What do you think about that? We are in here, boys. Let me switch up here to the comments. Let's see what we got here. G Dirt in here. Big Weavy. Jimmy Buckley. Corrupt. Hey, look here, boys. Gangish is on the way. Don't worry about nothing. He's running the people up out of here. So he's gonna jump on here right here in a second. And shoot, I might end up having to give his link out back again. You know what I mean? By the time he gets in here, the dang chat's rolling already. Oh, shoot, man. Big Cuz. Big Weeby 79. You already know. Bigfoot in here. Andrew. G Dirt. Shoot, man. We got a cast of characters already, boys. We already knew he was going to be here. We're just waiting on Gangish to jump on, man. I'm waiting on a text or something, man, to see if he needs the link. If the chat runs too far down, man. But thanks everybody for showing up, showing out in the chat. Shoot, man. What are we doing? Off the weight pile? You already know, kid. Feeling good, man. Got calisthenics day in. Day 50. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. I don't know what I'm telling y'all. Because you know it was day 50 today. We're like half to 100. As far as I can tell. Hillbilly math ways anyway. But yeah. I've been in contact with Big Perm today. And he said that he has some company, you know. And they're saying they're adioses now. And he would be on directly. So just hang tight with the kid for a moment or two, and then we're going to kick this thing off, man. Karma in here. Talked to Tommy Thunder a little while ago. He's at work. He may be listening. He was kind of predisposed, though, he said. Out there trying to make some money, you heard? Nothing wrong with that. Shit. We can fix that, man. Hold on. Irony in here. Here we go here. All right, here he coming right now, boys. Don't worry about nothing. He's on the way, dog. Hopefully he can see the thing, man. Shoot. Maybe I should send it to him on the back. Let's see here. We'll wait 1 second. Barry Wood in the hood. What? What? You heard? What's it sound like, boys? Sound all right? All right, hold on. Let me see. Let's see what we got here. I don't know how I would do it. With the because I'm on a laptop now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna probably just have to drop the link again. What? I'll probably just have to drop the link again because everybody's in here just living it up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to like work the phone, trying to think. Hold on. Let me see here. What happens if I do this? Let's see if I do this. What happens if I do this, man? Let's see if I can get in. Let's see what we're doing here, man. Yes. Yeah. All right. Anybody guess? Copy. Boom. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. Shoot. Probably want to close that. Bang. Still don't see him yet. So let's try this. Look, I'm not as dumb as I look, right? I went on there and went ahead and look, there's Chico right there. ¿Cómo estás? We say, ¿Qué pasa? There we go. Yeah, that's what I just did. I dropped it on him behind the scenes. You heard? iPad firing up now, boys. Don't worry about nothing. We're in here. We're going to talk to Gangish here in a hot minute. Don't worry about it. Yeah, good to see you, Chico. A lot of people going to be in here from the community this evening, for sure, to catch this little sit down we got going on with Gangish from gangs to grad school. Okay. Jeter, good to see you too, man. I'll be trying to catch your lives, man, but I like catch them right when they're done. I should have said something too, man. I didn't drop a comment or nothing, man. What a dick. But oh man, I probably should have waited a second here. There he is, right there, boys. See, I told y'all don't worry about nothing. He'd be through. You heard? I know the guy, bruh. Y'all thought I didn't know the kid, right? Here we are. All right, look. I'll go ahead and you want me to drop the link? Scrimp fly rice. You heard? Scrimp fly rice. Oh, very good. We got the hamburger in the chat, dog, for shizzle. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see here. All right, invite, then copy, bang. Boop. There we go. Oh man. Well, hopefully we'll have a good connection or decent connection with the mobile. Damn it, ain't it? I appreciate that. Thunder Gang. Tommy's probably on the road sitting in traffic somewhere on the New Jersey Turnpike. Oh man. What is going on? Oh boys. What else do we do today? Oh man. You know what? The wire popped off the dude's breaker, man, when I was moving wires around the guy's panel. That's why his heat didn't work last night. So it's kind of my fault. Kind of not my fault, you know. Plunger gang. Oh, man. Look, Lonnie in here. Yeah, Wayne's been checking in with me today. Irony. Jimmy Buckley. Big Cuz. Big Cuz need to get down to Go Mart, y'all. That's my favorite joke, I think. Oh, hey, look. Check it out, Big Cuz. This is my new intro. Hold on 1 second, dog. This is my new intro.
Shit you think's funny sometimes, but it's not that funny. Come over here.
All right, look, man. Y'all know this dude, man? I don't know if y'all know this dude, man. This Big Perm, dog. This is Rocky Mountain oyster sauce. If you ever heard of the kid, I mean, this dude's like one of the biggest names in our little community that I can think of, dog. Watch this. Oh, what is going on, brother? Gangish, you're muted, brother.
My name rings bells in West Denver, my friend.
You damn right it does.
Yeah, not much farther
ask
out
anybody.
there.
Ask anybody in Colorado. Shit, you better find out.
I don't know what's going on with my internet. I think I'm gonna have to power cycle that joint or something like that. It's possible I forgot to pay it, but that usually takes a couple months, and you get a reminder. They always send it via. Yeah, no, it couldn't have been because I ain't seen no reminders. I ain't seen those. I think it's on automatic pay. Pretty sure it's on automatic pay.
Or at least get a notification saying, "Hey, man, you didn't pay it."
Yeah, normally before they. Yeah, I did it one time. I messed up the first time. Whenever my brother went to the military, I thought it was on automatic pay, and it wasn't. And it took 2 months of not paying it for him to turn it off. But then after that, I've always gotten the things that say, "Oh yeah, you forgot." I was like, "Oh, okay." One of them's on automatic. My energy bill's on automatic pay, so the internet is not on automatic pay. That's what that means, because my brother left me 2 new bills whenever he left.
Damn, man. Could just be outage in your area too, though.
It could be. I could just be tripping. That's just my own.
I mean, my usual go-to is that I didn't pay the bill, though. That's usually my go-to as well.
That's what I always think. Is I messed up.
Fuck. I think I forgot to put money on the card.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
So how you doing,
hey, man?
Thank you for having me on, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, that's what I was just getting ready to say, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man.
Hell yeah.
You know, we was on live for like 2-3 minutes there one time when you was making some deliveries, and we lost connection and stuff. But yeah, man, I've been waiting to do this, man, for sure. I'm glad we got hooked up, man.
I'm glad you guys are doing your thing. I see all you guys doing your thing, and see you guys have done it. And I'm gonna tell you something that's real cool that I like about you guys, your whole little crew, is because you guys do it, but you don't do it in infighting, and there's not a lot of backbiting, and that shit's real prevalent out here. You wouldn't believe the people. The first time that I got into it with somebody on YouTube, I'm not even going to talk about who it is or any of that. But the first time I got into it with somebody on YouTube, you wouldn't believe the trolls or the people who showed up in my chat trying to juice things up and put a 10 on a 2 and stir the pot, right?
Right.
And it was like the person that I was beefing with wasn't even stirring the pot like that. He's not tripping how you know what I mean? Like, I'm not tripping on him like that. I felt like it was dumb. I felt like I had blown my top anyway, like I had lost my temper anyway, right? So I felt like an asshole. And he wasn't tripping. But boy, them trolls come out the woodwork to try to put cables on anything they can. And it was like
I've made some very small mistakes and you know, just made a comment on things that I really didn't have no business commenting on to begin with, right? And then the very next day, I would have copyright shit all over my studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they really went overnight. They really tried. You know what I mean? They really sent the RoboCop out after me overnight, talking about, hey, I ain't like what he said. You know what I mean? And hell, I even said it ain't even my story. You know what I mean? But hey, you know how it is, man. These fans are fanatical.
Well, here's the thing. You can. I didn't entertain them from the very start. I made a statement about the situation and was like, "This is ridiculous." The amount of I had people that are still around to this day, right? I'm not going to name anybody, that jumped in my community posts and would be like, "This fool's over there talking shit about you, burning you down. I wouldn't let him talk to you like that." And I told him, I said, I really don't care. Honestly. Hey, I came back like 10, 15 minutes later because I wanted to see if they had responded to me, and they deleted their comment. So they'll do that too. That's the type of shit that goes on, right? And that was my first. It opened my eyes to, like, there's people on here who aren't worried about the best for anybody or trying to help you. The people that want to help you are very vocal, right? We sit down and we talk to each other, and I show up in your chat, and I'm vocal and I'm out in the open. These are the people that want to help. The people who want to hurt tend not to be as vocal, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, they don't want to tip their hand, maybe because they don't want to tip who they might be. You talk too much, you give clues as to who you might be.
You know? I mean, luckily everybody's been pretty respectful over here. And I've tried to kind of tell everybody ahead of time that I'm not really about the drama, and I don't know much about a lot of the ins and outs of the drama on a lot of the stuff that's like super volatile in this community, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't speak on anything that I don't know nothing about, which is usually like the best way to do things, you know.
You been to prison, Rocky?
I have not. Nah.
So
I've been to county.
Where'd you learn not to speak on other people's business?
I mean, you know, that's like kind of like where you grow up to, I think. You know what I mean?
Okay. It could be.
Like we used to, like if you got a new TV, like you throw a blanket over that jewel when you brought it home. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't just carry a TV in your house with the box all shiny and shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep a little mystery. You don't want to try to keep a little mystery to it. You know what I mean?
Hey, they told me the first time we got with the big homie Rob, he got he had his little Camaro, little Z28 or something like that, and he put some 12s in the back of it. And we sat out there for a couple hours, you know, installing these 12s and tuning them up and trying to get rid of rattling and tightening things down and stuff like that, you know. And we come hit the block, boom, 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 boom. You know, it sounded great, everything. We pull up, and one of his uncles, he was an old veterano, old timer, old criminal. You know what I mean? He's sitting on the porch, and we come walking up. We think we're cool as shit. We're kids. We got a car bumping, a Camaro bumping, homie. And it's legit. The car's legit. And we come pulling up, and he goes, y'all know it doesn't pay to advertise, right?
Right.
And he's like, huh? He goes, it don't pay. He's like, you gonna regret that shit. And he's like, you gonna regret driving around like that. That's make yourself a target. Makes it look like you got money. And,
yeah, I mean, if you hear the speakers bumping, you know which ones to go to if you want a system. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so we in our heads, we were so messed up as kids, right? With this society the way that it is, we said, oh, it makes it look like we got money. That's what we're trying to look like because we're from the hood. We ain't got no damn money.
Right.
But we want these chicks to think maybe we do got some money, right? So that's the point of the system, right? Is I at least got enough money to put a nice sounding system in my shit so we could jam out. That's the point. So we take that as like that's in our heads. We twist that into this is exactly what we wanted. Right. I mean, that shit got stolen. I've been through. I can remember getting out of prison. I still didn't know no damn better. I get out of prison, and I got on like we had just got. Dude traded me a brand new pair of like lime green Air Max 90s, lime green and white and gray. They were fat, homie. And I had on like a green fucking tank top and some gray shorts and basketball shorts. And
like the matching set.
Yeah, I look clean, homie. But they had paroled me. I got a picture. There's a picture of it somewhere. It's me and one of the homie Hollywood and the homie Gennaro, who died. Rest in peace. He fucking so the homie Hollywood comes up and they got me paroled to this place called the Mesa Motor Inn, which is like 4 blocks from one of the worst from Colfax and Sheridan, which is one of the worst spots in the city. One of the most dangerous spots in the city.
That's the weird thing though. Like when they set you up, like when you get out, if they set you up somewhere, it's always like in the worst hotel in town, dog. Like you're not gonna get in trouble immediately when you touch down.
It was $25 a night to stay there. Even no change, no tax, no nothing. Cash on wood, $25.
I didn't even have to show your ID or nothing.
Well, so they put me in this place. And immediately I'm doing good, right? I step out, I'm doing good. And the homie comes over, Hollywood, and he looks at me and he says, homie, what are you doing? I said, what you mean? He goes, you stick out like a fucking beacon. He goes, everybody around you's broke.
Lime green, right?
Yeah, he's like, everybody around you's broke, homie. Look at you. He's like, you look dope. He's like, I'll give you that. You look dope. He's like, but you look like you're selling dope too, you know? Right. And I didn't want to listen. I was still happy with it. You know what I mean? This is going to be a lesson about clothing, right? I was still happy with it. And, well, I fulfilled I fulfilled that prophecy and went back for dope dealing after that one. But that motel, I got these bitches coming over. Boom, boom. They're coming over a lot. I got like 3 or 4 of them that are coming over. I'm not nailing all of them, but they're all trying in some form or fashion, and we're getting high and doing the most, right? So there's supposed to be no guests. So, or no guests after 6 p.m. or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So this old lady.
Like no overnights for sure.
So I got the woman there like 3 p.m. So, okay, I'll get the girls here, and then it gives me an excuse to kick them out. It's perfect, right? So we're chilling, 3:30 p.m. Here they come. You got guests? You got guests? You got guests? And they send this Chinese woman. She don't really speak English, right? So she just be talking shit about guests, but you couldn't really communicate with her. And you're like, bitch, it's 4. It's 4. It's not 6. You know what I mean? I got 2 hours to get her out of here, right? And they would keep doing it and keep doing it. And finally, one of the chicks tells me, she says, listen, man, hold on. My light went off. She says, I'm just using my computer for a light. I should turn my damn light on. Hold on. So she says, listen, man. Or she goes, did that fucking Chinese woman come around getting at you? And I said, yeah. I said, what the fuck is her problem, dude? She keeps interrupting me. I'm over here with these females. I'm in here during the time. They said, she wants money. I said, what you mean? They said they want money. This their hustle. Leave you alone. Right. Their hustle is, and this place got a camera right there. As soon as you walk out, you're on camera. I could see it at the end of the hall right there. So I'm literally, everybody on the whole row is on camera, and everybody on that row. It's a big, there's an L-shaped building, and then there's an I-shaped building right next to the L, right? It's like it sits on top of the lip of the L is what it looks like. And then it goes out to Colfax, which is where all the prostitutes are. This is the main drag in Denver where all the prostitutes are. It's also 15th Avenue. It's the same thing as 15th Avenue. So, and it cuts all the way from the farthest reaches of West Denver to the fucking, to the Kansas. I think it goes all the way to Kansas. It's one of the longest streets. It might be the longest street in the United States. It's because it's just a street. It's an avenue. It might be the longest avenue or something like that. It's labeled Highway 40. But this thing in Denver has some of the worst spots that you can find, and it is where the hookers run, right? The main drag. So we're right on the main drag. They wanted money to protect you from the cops. They would tell you when they didn't give a shit if you dealt dope. They didn't give a shit what you were doing. Right. Not their business, right? These people it was their hustle to make sure that you paid extra. As soon as I was paying extra, there's that $25 wasn't getting it, right? The $25 was to get you in the door. The bitch was smart. She had the cheapest hotel in town, homie. Nobody could. There was one other hotel called the Shepherd's Hotel, but that thing had roaches. It was nasty. It was over across the street from this Saturday's strip joint out in Aurora. But the Mesa Motor Inn was cold. She would get you in the door $25 a night. You couldn't say no, right?
Right. Yeah.
But she knew who she was attracting at $25 a night. So she knew she could extort drugs. She could extort money, and they wouldn't say nothing.
Right.
Hey, once I was paying $30 a night, homie, we'd have no more problems. We'd have no more problems.
That's the way it is here, though. There's like a little section where there's like maybe 3 or 4 terrible hotels. Like just, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's no way that you're not going to get in this shit. And that's where they always end up. Like if you ask for help, like, man, I ain't got nowhere to go. Oh, well, all right, we'll set you up for a couple nights, you know, so that you ain't out on the street. That's where they send you. Like, and it's like, there's no way you're not gonna fall back into the same shit you was doing right before you went to the big house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way.
I can remember my father as a kid getting a motel room and saying, whenever they finally got it all said and done, they said, yeah, it's around back. And we're looking at the front, it looks nice. Now around back, that's where all the scum. That's where they stay.
Yeah. Like my dad, there used to be this hotel in town called the Twilight Motel, right? And it was just like a strip, and it was like right in the middle of town. Like for the longest time, it looked like it was out of place because they started building up like actually nice stores and stuff around it, you know. So they ended up tearing it down, but it was like, you know, it was that hotel, right? Well, my dad ends up getting a hotel there by the month, and he gets a girlfriend, and then like he just keeps complaining to me all the time, like she comes and takes my money, but she don't never give me no sex. I'm like, well, that don't make no damn sense. How'd you give her money first?
Yeah. Hell no.
Right, yeah. I was like, but he's like, I don't know, man. He's like soft-hearted guy, so she'd come down there and work him,
Oh yeah, I believe it. They're cold. Hold on, I gotta plug this in. We gotta make sure we don't die on Rocky. Hold on.
But I was gonna ask you,
yeah, ask away. I'm sorry, I just been BS.
No, you're fine,
I'm
man.
not on any time time limit. If you are, I don't know if you are, but
I mean, we usually do about an hour or so, just so it's like kind of like an episode.
Yeah, that'll work.
An hour and a half, something like that, depending on where it goes. Like you said, man, I ain't real structured with it. Like when you asked me last night what I wanted to talk about, I was like, yeah, well, shit, whatever you want to talk about, big dog. You know what I'm saying? But I was going to ask you, like, you from Colorado? That's where you're from?
No. Actually, I'm from Northern California. A town called Ukiah in Northern California. In the Redwoods.
And then you was like up in Oregon and stuff too, right?
I spent a little bit of time up there, yeah. Whenever I got expelled from California schools for an assault that occurred on the bus, and I got kicked out of all California schools. And whenever they did that, they I need to find something to put this on real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. And do you think, man?
Yeah, so they expelled me from school, and my mom wasn't quite sure what to do because I couldn't attend school anymore. And she had left her ex-husband because that fool was fucking up, right? And she told him, if you go get your shit together, I'll come back. And so he actually came out here to Denver and got his shit together. So my mom sent me up to Oregon to live with the homie just to fucking so she could figure out what to do because the homie had, you know what I mean? He had his shit together. We were living with his uncle Roland had Section 8. He had his kid and he had Section 8. Shout out to the homie Mick. Here, I'll do this so it holds it. And we're going to have to bootleg this, homie. Fuck it. We do it live. You know what I mean?
We're thugging it out here.
Yeah. So the homie Mick, shout out to the homie and rest in peace to Uncle Roland. Uncle Roland was a biker of the Northern California variety, if anybody knows what that means. He was a fucking
tattoo.
Yeah, he was a tattoo artist, and we lived in the projects in Northeast Portland on 163rd and Sandy, on the border of Gresham, between Portland and Gresham, and he was huge. He's like maybe 6'4", 6'5". Wasn't in great shape, but he was a big motherfucker. He's a biker, you know what I mean? He was out of shape. He was drinking a lot. But that fool had a bullwhip, dog. That fool would rock them MC Hammer pants all day. That motherfucker walk around the projects with a bullwhip, dog.
With a bullwhip, dog.
I swear to God, homie. Hey, he would
fucking talk about with his fucking MC Hammer. But man, everybody wore them bitches back in the day though, dog. Like the zebra pants with your favorite team or whatever.
Hell
he probably had them Denver one. He probably had them Bronco ones with the zebra print.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, see, no, I had it cold, right? Because my grandma used to make clothes, right? And she was very style conscious, right? So what she would do was she would make me clothes, because that's just how she was. She was crazy creative. My grandma was very smart, very hardworking, and she would make me. Okay, so she'd go find the fabric. I could go pick out whatever fabric I wanted. She would make them into the MC Hammer pants for me because it's super easy to make it. Right. You know what I mean? It's a pair of fucking some elastic across the top and the two legs. You serge it on each side and then turn them inside out. You're pretty much done. If anybody, I was in a sewing shop, an industrial sewing shop. They're very easy. MC Hammer pants are darn near the easiest set of piece of clothing that you're going to have to make. It's pretty much the simplest it's going to get. that I can
like parachute pants.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because you don't have to get it exact.
But back in the day, man, like I said,
pair
man,
of pants, you would have to get them exact, some sort of it close to an exact measurement, right?
everybody was rocking them then. Everybody
Yeah.
was rocking them back in the day, dog.
Yeah,
For sure.
So she would give me the pants. I could pick out whatever I wanted, and then whatever I wanted, she would make me a shirt, and that bitch would have like a stripe on it that would match the pants, right? Or I'd have one sleeve that would match the pants, right? So I was on some next level shit that fools wasn't even ready for whenever I was like 10. You know what I mean? 8, 9, 10, homie. I was at the top of my fashion career, homie, at 10 years old because of grandma.
Right.
Nobody had what I had. You couldn't have what I
fresh,
had.
Right.
It didn't even have a brand on it. It was all tailor made for me.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
Fit like a motherfucker. I'd be jamming, dancing. I played baseball in the stuff that she would make me. You know what I mean? It was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, like I remember
let me get my
aunt, when I lived in Texas, man, my aunt my uncle went to Korea for a while, and he married a Korean lady. And my aunt, they used to make, like, you go out in the garage and there'd be like 15 sewing machines, and during the day there'd be like at least 10 people in there all the time sewing, embroidering, like making like mad clothes and jackets and purses and all kinds of stuff, like, you know, and they would sell it all. I don't know where they sell it, gas stations and all kinds of stuff, you know, but so I know what you mean though, for sure. But like you were saying though, you were staying out in Oregon with your with old dude, and that's the guy that put the big perm on you, right?
That's the big homie Jimmy. He's still alive.
Oh, that's a different guy.
He lives in okay, so this is what happened. I'm gonna give you a small synopsis. This is a video I'm gonna make. Okay, my whole crew, something weird happened to my crew, right? We had one of the leaders of our crew. Well, my best friend whenever I was growing up was a gay woman named Jessica Rodriguez. Everybody knew Jessica was gay. Jessica been a bull dyke since fucking forever and ever and ever. Never did nothing but dress like a boy, right? You can't even find pictures of her dressed like a girl. She wasn't with it from a very young age. Had already made up her mind she was not with it, right? So that was my best homie whenever I was young. Whatever. This is whenever I got to see the social aspect of sexuality. She was gay and she made it all right to be gay. Okay. She turned out this girl we called Beaver, and Beaver was not a pretty girl. Beaver looked like a boy, but Beaver still wanted to be a girl, right? And still was a girl, right? So Jessica pulls her, bangs her out. And then there's this girl, Shannon, that comes kicking around us, and she's banging one of the homies. I think she's banging Avery or something like that. But Jessica ends up knocking her too, right? So now they got like this little trifecta of girls, right, that are all dyking out with each other. And the homie Justin was a hippie, and my homie Raul just was actually a very good looking dude and couldn't get laid to save his life because he was half retarded and just didn't know how to talk to women at all. But he was actually very in shape and a very good looking dude. Dark dude, big, tall, like 6'1", like a 6'1" Mexican.
Like a motherfucker, just.
Yeah, and just retarded. And I swear to God, homie.
I know he's talking about.
Hey, girls didn't want nothing to do with him, dog. Nothing to do with him, dog. So this fool couldn't get laid for nothing. And then Justin, I don't know if he could have got laid. He was kind of like a beta fucking hippie, whatever. Like whether he was a hippie or not, he was going to be a beta across the board. He was just one of them dudes, right? He's a fucking bottom. He was born to be a bottom, right? So, and then the homie Mark. And the homie Mark, he couldn't get laid for shit either, right? So, no, I couldn't get laid either. I was 12, but I didn't think about fagging off. But somewhere along the line, Justin started fucking with Raul. And they started fucking each other. And then Mark joined in. And whenever all this happened, as you can imagine, that would cause a fracture in the group. right?
I would say.
And certain ones of us went this way, and then they went that way and did that stuff. There's no hard feelings or nothing like that. Still to this day, I got no hard feelings towards them. But they know, you know what I mean? That's okay. Cool. Good for y'all. So I ended up with the big homie, who was actually a gangster, my homie Jimmy, my big homie Jimmy. And he was the one who moved up to Portland. He was Roland was his uncle. And so whenever my mom needed to get her shit together, I went up there with this fool. And Roland he was on Section 8, so he's on welfare. He's got his kid, and he's got Jimmy living there. He does tattoos out of the projects for extra money. So he tattoos all the black dudes in the neighborhood. These are all gangbangers and shit like that. We lived in some blood projects. But they would come, there would be Bloods, Crips, there would be whole groups of motherfuckers there to get tattoos. Because they found somebody a biker who really knew what he was doing, who was willing to tattoo on black dudes, who would actually tattoo on black dudes. And it was an interesting situation. They respected this man so much because he was nuts. He was nuts. And he'd get drunk. That fool get drunk. He'd walk around. He'd have a cup all the time, and that cup was full, homie, and it was liquor, malt liquor. So this is a biker cruising around with a bullwhip, homie, just sipping malt liquor, driving around the projects, just whatever, dog. He's saying the N-word with the I or with the A at the end, right? You know what I mean? Like, they love him, homie. They love him. That's Uncle Roland. He's tattooing everybody up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It was a cool situation. I learned that's where, because, you know, you get this, Hollywood shows you whatever it shows you, right? About gang members or however they act. And in California, I had hung out with some Norteños, but that was in a small town. This was in a very small town. This was big city gangbangers, which I encountered them, but I hadn't really kicked it with them. And they didn't think about disrespecting the fools on the other side of the room that were the Bloods or whoever the opposition was, because of the respect that they had for this one dude. Because this fool was nuts, and it was a white boy, right? And it was like it right away, as soon as one of my first introductions to the big city was proof that black dudes ain't shit, just like white dudes ain't shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is cool, or motherfuckers is no one's tougher than nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't none of that. There was Hollywood shows you this shit where there's like white fools are fucking scared, supposed to be scared of black people.
Yeah, no.
Like it was like, nah, homie, we don't do none of that. You know what I mean? This is my first time really living in the big city, and it was like, nah, homie, none of that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Like, well, that it is true though. Like a lot of dudes, man, like if they say something too, they'll like act like they can't hear them and all this other whack ass shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll just like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let you just keep jackjawing over here, man. Like I don't hear you, man. Like I'm gonna definitely engage with the conversation with you.
Yeah.
Like 100%, dog. Especially if you're just going on me or something. Like we're gonna have to talk about it. But a lot of, like I've seen a lot of, like when I grew up, man, around here, like it wasn't really like that, like the mean streets or nothing. But it was like, you know, lower income townhouses and stuff where I grew up, you know, and it was mostly, you know, Hispanics and blacks and a little bit of whites, but not as many as, you know, we were in the minority for sure, you know. And I've seen it, man. Like they start going on somebody, man. He just sit there and stare off like he couldn't hear it. Like, what? Man, stick up for yourself. Do something, man. Like, you can't allow this, man. This is going to go on forever. You know what I mean? And all they do is pick on you forever, you know, if you don't stand up for yourself. But that's anything, you know, in life, I guess, you know, and in life, that's, you know, I don't know, it's a different time also, but lost the sound, I think. You might have to go out and come back in maybe too, because of the damn, Like it glitched out for half a second, so the StreamYard might have dropped the audio. I can't hear nothing. Everybody can hear me? Can you hear? Oh, here he comes. Look, watch. He's going to drop out. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Hold on, watch. There we go. Yeah, man, we was in the mix of it. I think it's going pretty good. Well, we got a bunch of people in here, man. Crazy. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Take a gander at it. Yeah. I didn't know where that was going for a second there. He brought us back around, though. He did. All right, hold on. We're back. Now we got sound. I hate it when it does that, man.
Where were we at? What are we talking about?
No. Waiting for you to get back in here. They was talking about at least B. At least B was a chick. They said at least B was a chick.
Yeah.
Like, he said, let's see, let me go back here.
I don't know. It was so weird, dude, because I feel like, they say, what do they say? They always say you're born gay, right? That's what they say. You're born gay. You're born gay. You're born gay. And I watched it, homie. I watched it. Like, that fool Mark used to be a gangbanger. You know what I mean? And I was fool sucking dick and shit. And it was like, it was social.
Nice.
It became one of the most popular people in the group was gay. That was the homegirl Jessica.
Right.
That's all they needed was it made it okay. I mean, if one of the coolest people in the groups, because she was knocking bitches. She stayed knocking bitches, fine ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
She had her own car. She was older than us, and she really probably shouldn't have been kicking with us, and she probably shouldn't have been fucking them young bitches either. Now that I look back on it, but that was the homie. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
And then I like when I was listening to the story about the dude Flacco that came by, and he had a couple of them birds with him, and then he got all zooted out and got scared and took off.
Yeah.
That shit sounds just like some shit that would happen like with one of my friends, dog, like for sure. But
that's my big homie. That was crazy. I still don't know exactly what happened.
Go ahead and tell a story. Go ahead and tell a story a little bit, man, if you don't mind.
No. I'm telling. This is a whole new shit that I'm telling you about that crazy motherfucker. I got like 50 stories about that crazy motherfucker. That fool's incarcerated right now. On my mama, that fool's incarcerated for shooting somebody outside of a fucking Dollar General on 52nd and Sheridan, and that motherfucker was in a wheelchair. I have no idea what the fuck he shot somebody in a wheelchair, but that fool's fucking crazy, homie. I swear to God, I looked it up. We could look up.
He's convicted, right?
He's convicted, homie, and he's serving time. I looked up. Let me see. I'm gonna hit the internet here and see if I can reset my internet. I'm not on the internet right now. I'm on my cellular service.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna try to reset this fucking internet.
But old buddy's in a wheelchair. He dusted them off.
I could pull it. I could pull it up. There's a news story. That's how I knew. I couldn't figure out what had happened. So, and nobody quite knew exactly what he was locked up for. So I happened to Google his name, and a news story came up. And I was like, what the fuck? I swear to God, that's what it said. It said the fool blasted somebody in a wheelchair outside. And I know that Dollar General. It's vicious right there at that Dollar General because there's what do they call it? They call it the fishing spot, which I don't quite know what that means, but it's got something to do with gambling. I don't really know. It's something that's evolved over the years since I've been checked out of it. I don't really know what it is, but I know people go to the fishing spot over there and they smoke blues outside. You can just chill outside and get blazed. And that's right next to that Dollar General. So God only knows what the fuck they were doing over there. But yeah. So I don't know, which crazy story did I tell you? Was it the one where he took his boxers off and waved them like a white flag?
The one that led to y'all kind of y'all
getting arrested.
Pay the
him
people's
losing.
back
Him
and
losing.
shit.
It wasn't 2 birds. It was a quarter bird. It was
right.
It was
Okay.
It was 8 zips and some change.
But
he
had a whole pile of girl.
Yeah.
And
he got a quarter. He got a quarter bird. He went and got a quarter bird on the cuff. They let him out on accident. This is what happened. He hit the county jail.
Consignment.
He had gotten out. Okay. He had killed his prison sentence, and they released him to the county jail. They released him to the county jail, and they didn't realize that he had a standard bond that had been issued, and they only issued the standard bond because he was already incarcerated. Standard bond is like $5,000. There's no way this fool should have a $5,000 bond. This motherfucker can fly like a professional athlete. He's about 6'1". He's fight like a motherfucker. Fight like a professional. Plays ball, sports like a professional, and can probably do a 440 and you know what I mean, under 5. You know what I mean? Can just fucking outright fly, dog. Right. And he will run every time. Runs every fucking time. He's not showing up to court ever. Never has, never will. So he kills his prison sentence. They send him to the county to extradite him for a case and don't realize that they've left him with this little tiny bond. He gets to the county, has his mom check his bond. She said, it's $5,000. He said, come get me. And they go and bond him out right away. And this fool's gone.
Right. Yeah,
so he's not reporting. He's not reporting to bonds. He's not reporting to none of that. So he messes with one of my homegirls at the time. I know who he is. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the big homies from the West. He's been around. Everybody knows him and shit. But we weren't really that close. So he shows up in my house. And I know this fool's not supposed to be out of jail. This fool's like under indictment for moving work, right? And he shows up and he says, hey, what's going on? I can tell he's all nervous, but I also know not to question this fool too much because he's crazy. So I'm just like, whatever. It's the homie. He's cool. I don't give a fuck. Right. He's here, you know? So then after like 20 minutes after he's there, my homegirl calls me, the one that he fucks with. And she says, she calls me and says, hey, is it all right if Flacco stays with you? I said, yeah, okay. Why, what's good? She said, well, you know, he I don't remember what she said. She let me know he's on the run, basically, is what she told me. And I was doing hood rat shit anyway. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I was robbing houses and doing dumb shit. Right. I said, yeah, I ain't tripping. Cool, whatever. He can stay. That's cool. So I give the phone back to him. She talks to him for a minute. That fool said, oh, thank you, homie. That fool pulls out a bag. He's got like 8 zips of Yola, a banger, and a flip phone. This is whenever we just started kind of having phones. I don't think I had a cell phone back then. This is 2001.
Nokia.
Yeah, I don't even think I had one. I think I had my first phone till 2004, whenever I got out. But this is my first case that I'm talking about now, and all I had was a landline back then. But he had a flip phone. It was one of the first ones. So he got his flip phone, and we're chilling. He says, so he's all happy, right? He's happy that he can stay. He's like, it's a weight off my shoulder. I said, yeah, man, you can stay. Don't trip. I was like, I go to work and shit. I was doing good back then. This is in 2001. Yeah. I was making like $11.50 an hour doing banquets. So as a kid, I'm making $11.50 an hour. I was doing cool. You know what I mean? I had my own little apartment. I was 18, had my own little apartment. Life was good. I had a car, all that. And
dude was chilling. Y'all was chilling, like.
Yeah, I was doing crazy shit. I was doing crazy shit.
I mean, like he wasn't like, you know, on no shit or nothing. Y'all was chilling, like y'all was doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kicking it, right? I mean, no problem. Like he ain't tripping on nothing at all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that fool's no, that fool's crazy. He's always tripping. Right. You got it. He's actively tripping all the time, and you got to make sure he does it.
He ain't tripping yet. He just having a place to stay.
So So he says, thank you, my homie. I appreciate you. Da 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 da. Pulls out this big old bag of dope, shows it to me. I said, well, cool, man. I don't really do coke, but cool, whatever. You know what I mean? It's good to see that you'll be able to support yourself or whatever. You know what I mean? Cool. So we're chilling. That night we're supposed to go maybe like 2-3 nights later. Nah, not even, maybe longer than that, because he was there for a couple weeks. He lived with me for a couple weeks, right? A couple nights later, we're supposed to go to this party, and I don't know what happened, but I come walking out the door, and the homie Ruben comes running over, and he says, "Hey man, Flacco just took off running." And I was like, "What?"
I remember he had that. He had one of them things.
Well, he always got one. That's it. He goes and picks that up,
and like he was showing it off and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that was the other homie had that SKS. That was the other homie Tim showed up with an SKS. And he was just showing that off. He was just all happy that he had it.
Right.
And then, but no, Flacco keeps one whenever he went and got one whenever he read up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's how that fool reads up, and they've got them both for him. You know what I mean? Like that's how he's plugged. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They already know what time it is. So he apparently something spooked him. I don't know what it was. Something spooked him, and he took off running. Whatever. I already know how this fool is. He's crazy. He's been crazy like this. I didn't really know him all that personally, but I knew that he does crazy stuff sometimes. So I didn't even trip. I was like, yeah, whatever. So I said, you know what? I don't even go to that party. Fuck that party. I got to go to work in the morning anyway. So I crash out, and I wake up at like 3 a.m, and I'm walking through the house to go to the bathroom, and I look over, and I see Flacco, and he's sitting on the couch, and he's got his head in his hands like that. And I was like, what's up with you, fool? What the fuck? What happened? And he's looked up at me, and he was like, homie, I lost it. I was like, what? He's like, I lost it. I was like, you lost what? He's like, I lost my bag. And I had all the money and all the work, the banger, and the cell phone. Had everything. He had dipped into it. That's what happened. But dumb motherfucker did a bump. He went and dipped into the pack, did a couple bumps, and got all paranoid.
Hit the shit somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm. He said that he hit a couple, and this fool could fly, homie. He's like he's like 6'2", about $170, but it's nothing but like sinew and fucking bone, right?
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying, right? Like he took off and like you ain't catching his ass, like
yeah. It's like Nomar Garcia Parra, if anybody knows who the fuck that is. He even kind of looks like that fool. He reminds me of that fool, a little bit skinnier though, and he's just all like sinew and fucking bone. The motherfucker's vicious, dog. He really is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's fast as hell, and he be catching motherfuckers, dog, and he tears people open, dog. Tears people's shit open bad, homie. If he catch you with one of them motherfuckers. But so he lost this shit. So we go looking for it. We spend a couple days looking for it, trying to find it. We can't find it. So he says, well, I got it on the cuff. So we got to go talk to the people. He says, I got to go talk to these people. I says, okay. Because he can't run away on them. These are his people. They know him. You know what I mean? There's nothing to do about it. And he says, I'm going to go talk to him. And they know he's crazy. That's the thing, is they know he's crazy. So things like this, they really didn't even trip. They said, well, we're not just going to give you another one, you dumbass. Bring us 2 racks, which was half price. Bring us 2,000. And we'll put you back on. So then you'll just owe 6, right? Okay, cool. So he comes back. He tells me that. I said, well, shit, I don't know how long. It'd take me a little while to get up 2,000. You know what I mean? He said, nah, homie, we're going to get this now, like right now. I said, well, lead the way, homie. So we started kicking in doors, homie, hitting houses. And we got couple weeks into hitting houses, hitting 3-4 houses a day. Doing good. We're getting high at the same time. So I'm certain we would have had the 2,000 already, but you're getting high, so you're inefficient. And you want to keep cool stuff. You keep a lot of cool stuff for yourself, right?
Right.
Give the homies good deals on other shit, we had a good amount. We were closing in on the 2,000, and the homies hit a house that ended up being a police officer's house, West Metro Task Force officer's house in Jefferson County, Colorado, which is a western suburb of Denver.
And the funny thing about that is, man, is you'll hear people talk about it, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I never got my shit back. They never caught nobody." But as soon as you hit a cop's house, man, they catch that motherfucker for sure, dog.
Hey, hey, they were so mad, homie, because that fool got took for his bangers, and
Right.
he got took
Please
for a
do.
lot of stuff, and apparently there was a badge in there. Oops.
Maybe.
And apparently the Mexicans really like badges. It's crazy. And because they literally, I swear to God, hey, the homie called him. He told him, he said, "I got some police shit over here." They said, "You got a badge?" They asked him that. They said, "You got a badge?"
Right.
He said, "Yeah." They said, "We'll be right there." Within 45 minutes, dog, them fools were at my house.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, they had no
I mean, there's a lot of
package and
things you could
everything.
do with that, I guess, man.
Yeah,
But
they had a package thing that like so they could roll everything up. It was like all professional looking, so that they were just carrying a little bundle out whenever they left. It was all full of bangers.
but that's what I was telling. That's what I was gonna tell you though. Is I know a guy, and him and his buddies, like he won for sure. When when I was talking to him or whatever, he won for sure exactly how it went down. But him and his boys was running around, and they would just back the like during the day when everybody's at work, they would just back a truck up in the driveway, and then go in the house, take all the people's stuff, and then roll out. Well, there's a lot of places around here that have a lot of different. Damn, some bitch is echoing or something. A lot of different federal agencies around here, and that's what they ended up kicking in somebody's door that was a federal agent, and that's exactly when the crime spree ended. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we can't. We're having a hell of a time finding these guys, man.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they hit that dude's house, man, it was over, Jack. He said
Yeah.
they wasn't gone like a couple of hours from that house.
Hey, the dude who told on us, man, I kind of feel sorry for dude. I thought you like this. He's a fucking rat. But check this out, right? This fool's holding his mud. They go jam him up, and he's holding his mud, dog. And I imagine because of the victim of the crime being a cop, I bet you they were applying some pretty good pressure. You know what I mean? And his woman cracked and started screaming at him and said, tell him, you better tell him. Right? Yeah, his woman cracked under the pressure. So now what do you do? Right? He was on blast, homie, and he rolled. He rolled on us and set us up.
Well, that's what dude said. He said that he thinks one of the dudes that was with him, like the lookout dude, he thinks they rolled on him, you know what I mean? But he ended up getting them, you know what I'm saying? He ended up I am not seeing him after that. I'm not trying to talk too much, but I've been, to the county hotel, you know what I'm saying? A couple of times, but damn, I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
What's wrong?
I definitely got static. It's my damn headphones, I think, or something, man.
What,
but anyway, I think I'm good now. Yeah.
You sound all right. You sound all right in here. I can't see the chat. I don't know, but you sound all right. You sound a little gravelly. You sound a little gravelly.
Moving on. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, I wanted to touch on a couple little things though before we got off here, man. I definitely want to do this again, but I want to talk to you about boxing a little bit, man, because I know, like, you spend a whole lot of your time and your youth in facilities for sure, man, and I know there's a lot of stories and a lot of time that you spent I don't know in facilities. So, but I want to talk to you a little bit about boxing and how you got into boxing when I think you was in one of the facilities and you got into a boxing program, right? Because you met a guy and he kind of
wasn't a program. I had a coach. I had a couple coaches that They taught a brother how to fight. Taught a brother how to control his weight. You know what I mean? And never be off balance. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing in all fighting. Is keeping your feet underneath your shoulders. As long as your feet are underneath your shoulders, you're in good shape. You know. So you got to stay balanced. That's what fighting's all about. It's about pivoting your weight on a pivot point and staying balanced at all times. You know what I mean?
A lot of it is
pivot that weight and strike. So okay.
Yeah, when I was younger, I myself was I did a boxing class and stuff, you know, for a little while there. I got into sparring and stuff like that, but you know, I was kind of a younger guy, man, and I never did stick to shit, man. You know, I always end up giving up on the shit, you know, because it wasn't happening fast enough or whatever, you know. I guess, but
it's not something that happens, you know what I mean? It's like,
right, exactly.
It's something that you kind of notice, and then you're like, wait a minute, okay, and you just kind of notice that it's like that you've grown that way. But after a while, it turns into a muscle memory. You know what I mean? The strike and the shift of the weight. But so in Wassenberg in 2000, I think I'm going to get there in 2005. 2005. No, even 2004. It's going to be late 2004 I get there. My dog's over here. He's demanding some attention right now.
Jack dog.
Look
at this dog, man.
He's a good boy. He got a bath today.
Oh man, I don't know where Sophie's at. I tried to get her to get a Sophie to do a selfie with me earlier, and man, as soon as you pull the phone up, she's like, "Fuck that."
So let me see if I can get this fucking thing to stand up. I got stuff over here. I can put it up. I'll grab my little jar right here.
Gotta get the GoPro stand.
Yeah. So there's a couple different people that taught me how to fight. One dude's name was Ice Mike, and Ice Mike hit the bag harder than anybody I ever fucking seen. And even the professional boxers that were there didn't really understand how he was getting the power that he was. I don't even think he understood it. It was just something that happened, if you will. It was some sort of natural ability. As a black dude, and he had some sort of natural ability above the black dudes, the white dudes, everybody. He just had this uncanny fucking power punch. You know what I mean? And you could feel it through the bag, if you will.
They didn't have no organized boxing though.
Well, no, we did our thing. We were allowed to do our thing. You see, because out here we run our mediums like camps. Out here, if you're medium security, what that means is you're at a certain points range, and nobody on the yard in a medium can have a life sentence. You have to have some sort of date in the future to be there. You can't have, hundreds of years. You can't have a life sentence. You have to have an outlook.
Virginia usually does low medium. You know what I mean?
It's basically the same thing. That's basically the same thing, right? So from there, we jump to level 4, and then we have level 5, which is max slam down. So level 4 is closed, but these are basically a high medium, right? Level 4s out here are basically a high medium, and level 3s are a low medium. So it's a camp, and the difference between low and high is controlled movement. You can't go where you want. So the ones at the bottom, the low, you can basically go wherever. I walked a TV across the yard. We took we didn't take it. I bought it from him and took the thing across the yard in front of the cops and everything. I mean, they didn't, do a little shuck and jive for them, and they'd pay attention over here. And I walked a TV across the yard. That's how open it is, right? So we had a lot of leeway to do what we wanted as long as we didn't act like assholes. And so we had.
Just so everybody knows, you never get away with some shit like that in I mean, hell, even in some of, I mean, if you wasn't really like that either, though, you're probably not gonna get away with it. But you know, that's like not something easy to do because it's going to be contraband that you got it from another inmate. Just so everybody kind of knows, understands. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's completely illegal. There's no logical reason for you to be walking a TV across the yard.
Right.
So there's no way to explain that.
Yeah.
So we had 2 heavy bags, like 3 or 4 pairs of gloves. We had a concentration bag and 2 speed bags, a small one and a larger one. And out of all of these, I asked my homeboy's uncle who was appropriate to ask, right? Because he's Chicano. We're in the same ride. The homie Bliz's uncle, Steve Blea, who was a professional boxer. And so I approached him, and he was like, "You're not in right shape." He said, "Whenever you could go run 2 laps with me and keep up with me, then I'll train you." He said, "But you got to go run some." He goes, "I can already," because I just come from the streets. He's like, "There's no way you're just not in the right shape." So it took me about a month. The laps are about a mile. So it was basically 2 miles. I needed to be able to run 2 miles, just at a good jog. You know what I mean? He wanted me to be able to breathe a little bit before he tried, because he's like, "I'm going to train you and you're going to be over here dying on the sidelines. And then I'm wasting my time. You know what I mean? For you to catch your breath." So
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a big deal with boxing is running for real.
Yeah, he's like, "We want to get you ready. I don't want to be dealing with that." So whenever it took me about a month, maybe a little over. And I said, "Okay, let's do it." So we went and ran some laps, and we got it. He run that. He just eat that up. He's like a 55-year-old man. He eat it up 5-6 miles a day. So he started training me. But then after that, you know, it was able to be like, okay, well, you know, because, you know, certain things transcend race, right? And boxing is one of those things, you know. And it was okay for me to learn from the black dude, put it that way. Even in medium security, it was because I went about it the right way. I went through my channel, and my channel was the old man, the old timer that was a Chicano. And then he said, "Okay, yeah, this is," you know what I mean? Instead of me just running off to the blacks and being like, "Hey, teach me how to fight." Right. You know? So it worked out smooth. I did it the right way. I followed my channels, and it worked out smooth. And I got passed off to this dude, Ice Mike. And then the homie Gorilla from NSM, Javier, this fool he loved to teach anybody who'd listen. And so he was all over me whenever he seen that I was about it. So I had 3 dudes from different styles. One professional fighter. Javier was a street fighter who had just trained a lot. And then Mike was just this dude who had this uncanny power. He had an uncanny power punch. Had never fought in his life. But just through training and boxing, you know, playing around on a bag, had learned how to just throw these amazing fucking, you know what I mean? These amazing haymakers. Just straight.
Did you guys get a chance to watch any fights while you was in there?
We fight all the time. I got
no. I meant like professional, like on TV. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I know you was definitely seeing those fights, but
yeah. You get to see, but there's boxing on the TV in there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, usually it's not like the pay-per-views, but you
get to see like at times.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah, it's cool, homie. We was getting softcore porn whenever on Saturday we would get softcore porn when I first.
Oh, that was back in the day.
Yeah, that shit.
When was that?
2001.
No shit.
Yeah, this rolling 60 fool fucking raped somebody. Raped this little black dude. Used to be a blood, and that was the end of that shit.
Yeah, imagine.
He got him while they know whenever it happened, and it was during Saturday night when the porn was on.
Oh, so man.
That ruined it for everybody. Yeah, he ruined it for everybody. We was making fun of that fool down there in the hole. Oh, smell like
shit, man. I might wrap it up here, man. I mean, if you don't mind, man, because I keep hearing my like shit like scratchy, and it's like it's distracting the fuck out of me. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got no problem.
Unfortunately, but I definitely want to do an episode 2 though. Don't get me wrong, man, for sure. Like,
was I entertaining?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's what I was just going to say. It's not that I'm not entertained, but something is definitely going on, man. And it's like every time I talk, I'm like super fucking distracted. And you know, like when you start listening to yourself, it's hard to think about the next thing you're going to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound bad now though. That's the weird thing.
You have headphones in?
Yeah, I do. because I'm using a mic.
Normally that clears that problem up.
Yeah, I haven't had this problem as of yet.
What are you on? Sure. What are you on? Wait a minute. What are those? You have headphones in, and those are Bluetooth?
Nah, these are wired to this box thing. I got kind of like
I can't see the wire, I guess.
It's a yeah, it's kind of dark in here, but
yeah, because that'll always anytime you run Bluetooth, tell me you're looking at latency, and that's going to give that'll give you audio issues.
Yeah, nah, this is into a live soundboard thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got a soundboard?
A little one. It ain't nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure exactly. I think something's wrong with the headphone, man.
Yeah, you're like
because one time I had I couldn't hear with them, and then I messed with it, and it had a short in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking I got now, but I'm not positive.
Oh, are they cheap?
Yeah, they're real cheesy ones. They're ones that came with the.
There's your problem, sir. There's your problem. Go online to eBay and spend like $15 on an old pair of good studio ones, like Sennheisers or something like that. Go find one from the 90s. They could be 20 years old, but get wireless ones or wired ones and make sure they're a good brand, dog. And it tits, homie. Tits, even very cheap. $10-15 tops, dog. But
I'll have to look at that, man. I didn't think about that. I was just gonna get another cheap pair that maybe something a little bit better than these, but not, you know what I mean? But I'll have to look into that.
Go top of the line brand, 20 years old, and you'll do way better than those cheap headphones are like. Oh my God! No, don't do it! Don't do it, Rocky!
Yeah, I kind of need a little bit. I need to get a little more serious setup, but I did get this from Christmas from my daughter and my old lady. You know what I mean? Yeah, which is like super fucking cool. You know what I mean? But it's not like the top of the line. But it gets you down the road. You know what I mean?
That's good, brother. But, you don't need nothing fancy. You don't need nothing fancy, but that is one thing you do need.
Yeah.
You do need an okay pair of wired headphones. Oh, it doesn't have to be good, just okay.
I think it would probably sound better too in my headphones. You know what I mean?
Well, and then the thing is right there is you go if you go with just an old pair of headphones, a lot of the times there's no microphone in them, right? So then you can go around all those problems, and you can go to a nice pair of, like, you spend $50-$60, you can get you a set of computer headphones or something like that have the microphone, the headphone, everything built in, the noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look that shit up on eBay, because if you get something older now, like you said, that most people ain't even using none of that shit that's wired anymore, But
they don't. You're right. You're right. That's the thing, is people look at it like wired something bad. Homie, wired is the only recommended way by any college video producer you could think of. They say you have to wear wired headphones to edit your videos. They will ding you for not doing it if they can tell that you didn't. If there's like something stupid that you should have heard. Like there could be a low humming sound. You could have recorded a low humming sound in the room that you're sitting in, right? And then you got the video playing on the fucking thing on the screen, and it's playing, and the low humming sound on the screen matches the low humming sound that's in the room, and so you don't hear none of that, right? So you're just over here audio or just video editing away. You think everything's good. You send it to the teacher, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because your ears are fucking.
Those noises canceled each other out. You couldn't hear them. That's just your natural environment. You feel me?
Yeah, I do notice shit when I watch back, like after I record something like my shorts and shit, man. I'll watch it back, and then I'll be like, "Oh damn, I can hear shit that I didn't think about listening to." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
all right, brother. Well, I'll let you go.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it again, though.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do this again, man, for sure.
We're
maybe your internet will be working too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what that is. My phone. Anyway, but let's do it. I'm all in for the interviews, my homie. There's Homie, I got stories for years, dog.
Oh, I already know, dog. We just scratched
I
the
stopped
surface.
telling my stories, dog. I swear to God, I stopped telling my stories months ago. A lot of them. Like if people know them, like you're pointing out actual stories, I'll talk about them. But I started to stop telling a lot of that shit because like a lot of these fools are just lying, homie. And I'm honestly thinking about changing my channel into that, dog, and to just calling fools out who I think are lying, dog. Because there's a lot of people. I don't feel like I'm the fucking hip hop police over here. You know what I mean? Like I need to be fucking pointing people out, the people that are bullshitting, but I also kind of do feel like pointing people out that are bullshitting sometimes. I feel like making my channel about it.
Damn, man, I don't know. I like everything, really. You know what I'm saying? I like when you do the political stuff. I like when you do the like when you was.
I like politics. I do.
Bro,
like.
I don't know if you remember, but I was pretty much commenting on every one when you was on Runner's ass. I was like, damn, man, he is going after this shit, man. And
I really don't like to. I don't like to do that though. I don't like to burn people down, you know. But I might change my channel. I've seriously considered changing my channel to like call it gang shit or lame shit, and that's what it'll be. We'll rate a new creator every week.
Damn, I probably shouldn't have said that, man. Damn.
Yeah. Now, hey, homie, that's what I'm telling you though.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Or do they just let people continue to I mean, or do we all just play a delusion? Do we all just play a delusion and blow each other's dicks? And oh yeah, right. You're a real one.
Well, that's the thing, man, is it seems like there's definitely a lot of content. I don't want to get too far into it, man, because I don't want to get myself, you know what I mean, in trouble, man, have a bunch of people mad at me, man. But I definitely think there's a lot of content.
I ain't even named nobody, Rocky. I ain't even named him yet.
I know. My dumb ass starts talking about it. You know what I mean?
No, it is something I have considered, though. It's like, I just don't know what to, I don't know what to.
I don't know,
it
man.
Seems like every couple weeks, there's a new creator that's got like 100,000 subs, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that fool's a rat," or "That fool wasn't even in prison," or like that fool was in a federal holding tank, and it's just like a bunch of lies, a bunch of dumb shit. Like prison's not fucking cool.
No, you know what I mean? By no means.
It was lame, dog. It was lame and painful, and I any relationship that I had with my family was pretty much fucked, except for my mom, right? Because your mom loved everything about you, but the rest of them, they deteriorated into some fucking bullshit. I really don't even fuck with most of my family, right?
Yeah.
And that all fell apart with that, and a lot of my social life and everything, you know, childhood friends, all that shit.
So, yeah, man.
It's not cool, homie. It's not glamorous, and these dudes are on here trying to claim some shit that they're not, and it's dumb because they're trying to. It's like they want to claim some sort of fame and come on a fucking YouTube channel, but all that shit comes with pain, homie.
The real problem with it is, you know, there's some kid somewhere right now watching that shit and thinking like, "Oh, it's not that bad."
That's how they act. They act like they want it. We didn't want this shit, homie. We didn't have a fucking choice, dog. It was if you wanted to be able to live and have nice things, homie, we had to sell dope. Because we didn't have parents. Our parents didn't have no money. They didn't have nothing for us.
Right.
They were broke too, or they were addicted to drugs or whatever. So we did this shit so that we could get around. You know what I mean? And live our lives. And then most of us started having kids. Because back then we were retarded and just fucked, you know what I mean? Fucking girls at 15, 16, 17. Most of the homies had kids by 18. I did.
Yeah.
But most of them did. You know what I mean? Back then, think about how many people had kids at like
my
15,
oldest son
16.
I had when I was 18.
Yeah, it was standard back then. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers in the hood. If you're lower class back then, you started having kids. So now you needed to do something. What you going to do? You're going to go to work or you're going to start hustling. What you want to do? That's it.
Yeah.
Right? What other choice was there? Whenever you talked about being in a poor neighborhood, growing up in a poor neighborhood, what was the other choice?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple times I could have probably went like farther down the road than I did. I was always kind of scared of some like certain things that I would get a lot of years for. I try to stay away from,
Sure.
But I always hustle reefer, and then I work my
Something.
job too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And then I work my job too. So I would
Yeah.
be trying to hustle reefer at my job. You know what I mean? All that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
that's normal. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's running game. Like,
that's what the lower class does.
We know what I mean? Everybody's running some kind of game. Shit.
Yep. We find ways to make it, bro. And so now they've taken that away, homie. These young kids, they've taken away the need for these kids to make it because there's enough food and energy and whatever for them. So now they spend their money on big old fucking guns to shoot.
Yeah, man.
Right?
And that's crazy, dog.
We would bang it out. We'd bang it out. And then if it really got heated, maybe we shoot at each other. And we had like a 38. Me and my best homie went halfers on a 38 because that's all we could afford. We paid $60 a piece for a 38 special. These fools got high-powered fucking
$2,000 AR-15.
Yeah, and they've got and not a care in the fucking world. They got no kids because they're smart enough not to knock girls up at 15 anymore. They know that that's a bad idea. So they don't have kids at 15 anymore. They got big old exotic guns and they have no wants or needs to go to fucking work or do any of that shit. And they just shoot at each other. So that's what gangbangs become. Right? And this is what they want. It's like, I don't know. And that's what I see. That's what I see on YouTube is I see a lot of people. They're definitely glorified. They want the good shit that comes from all that pain, but they didn't go through all that pain, or half these motherfuckers are brats anyway. And it's just, I don't know. It makes me sick sometimes. I'll just be honest.
I feel you, man. Like it's definitely, just like I said, there's definitely a lot of content out there for you to go to for sure.
Imagine where I'd be if I didn't go through all that bullshit, right? I'd be a lawyer or something, right?
Oh, for sure, dog. You're a smart dude, man. That's the thing, man. That's the craziest thing. That's what I was gonna say, Dr. Gangish, when you came on earlier, and I forgot, man, because I know you was really trying, man, hard to try to get everything together with all that school stuff, man, for sure.
It's
and it's hard. And as hard as you. If you'd had an opportunity, man, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It just, you don't know anything else. You don't know it until you know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it blew me away, homie, whenever I got out here. Like, I understand people sold drugs and I wanted to be a drug dealer. When I came to Denver, I told myself, I'm gonna figure this out. Right. But whenever I was in California, homie, most of them white dudes, they're just fucking getting high. They're making speed and getting high. So you're just a couple people away from a cook, right? So it's just,
you never can't tell though. Like, when you say what if, you could have got caught up in some blue or white collar crime instead of blue collar crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it was just like, it was weird because they were organized, but not at the level that I was allowed to see, right? Because anybody who's organized shouldn't let a child see, right? So what I got to see was the bottom rung, who were my uncles and cousins, shit like this, who were white boys up there, and the way that they acted. And these motherfuckers just got high. Some of them make a little bit of money here or there, break into shit or whatever, but they weren't really hustling, not flipping no money, not nothing like that. And whenever I got out here, I jump in with the Mexicans out here and there, and I joined my hood. I've been straight about it. Homie, I joined my hood for access to the fucking cartel, dog. Right. I mean, flat out. I came here to Denver at 13 years old, and I knew that I wanted to be a drug dealer, and I knew I was going to get put on a hood. It didn't really matter what gang. I needed to get put on a Mexican gang to get close to a plug because this was my ticket to a better life. That was my head at 13 years old.
Right.
That was what I aspired to, and I did it. Yeah. I absolutely right up the motherfucking food, right up from street gang to fucking prison gang to I've touched the cartel several times. We've done business numerous times.
That's crazy, man.
The Italians operate out here too.
See, that's like just too crazy for me, man. Like when that, like I had a dude tell me one time, he's like, just ride with me up here in New York with me. You know what I mean? And I was like, what I gotta do? He said, nothing. I was like, well, he's like, I'll pay you $2,000. You just ride up there with me, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. So what I gotta do though? And he's like, well, look, man, you might have to hold a pistol or something, man. You know? I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. Hell no, I ain't doing that. I'll stay my fucking dumbass right here, man. I'm good, man. You know what I mean?
$2,000.
Like you could easily just, you know what I'm saying? You could easily go down a different road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At certain points in my life, but I wasn't about trying to spend that much time, and you know what I'm saying? I was worried about trying to spend that much time.
Yeah.
And then I ended up doing time a little bit, you know what I mean? Not a lot, but enough to fuck me up. It don't take much though. I mean, shit, just think about it. If you don't work for a month, how you gonna pay the bills and all that shit? Like if you just straight lay back on the bed for a month.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's almost better to go do a couple years and come out fresh, because then people are like, okay, this one needs a fresh start. You go in for a month, that's just long enough to fuck your life off.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get fired and lose your house.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it don't take hardly nothing. That's what I'm saying, for you to lose everything you got, man. Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But
hey, whenever these motherfuckers catch a domestic violence case, boy, they'll ruin your goddamn life. They'll ruin your whole life.
For sure, man.
Take you to the cleaners, homie. You lose your job, you lose everything, homie. I never got one, but I've seen it happen. I don't have any domestic violence, but boy, I've seen them.
And out here now, they try to attach a strangulation to everyone because they won't report it, man. I don't know. Yeah. I already said this on a different live, but it's crazy, man. Like what they do, but that's the same thing. Like if you do a home invasion at night, it's different than if you do it during the day.
Absolutely, 100%.
It's different if you do it with a mask, and then if you don't do it with the mask.
Presumption, you know, of people in the house.
Right.
I know. I'm a house burglar. I got several convictions for that shit. There's a presumption of whether people.
If you just walk up and just take the money out, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
If you can presume that somebody would be in the house at those hours, like overnight, that's way worse. That's home invasion. That's what they call home invasion. That's the difference between burglary and home invasion.
They attach some kind of like skin crime to it in Virginia too if you do it at nighttime, because you may have done something, you know, and they didn't report it or something. So they want to like at least charge you with it and then see if they can make something stick when they get you there. You know what I mean? Like I can't remember what it is, man. It's something silly though, man. It's crazy. Like I can't remember what the charge is, man. It's been so long since I talked about that shit.
We made it to an hour and a half, bro. We made it.
Hell yeah,
all right,
brother. All right, man.
Go.
All right, man. Hey, we're going to do this again, though. For sure, man. For sure, we're going to do it again. All right, brother. I'm going to go ahead and get off here, man.
Thanks to the chat. Thank you, my friends.
All right, brother. Hey, can't thank you enough for doing this with me, man, for sure.
Appreciate you.
Who's that?
Rocky Strong.
All right, man.
Rocky?
Here, y'all want to say hi to Rick?
Oh, look, there he is, man. That's the man right there.
Hey, I'm doing it.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad to see you over there, man.
Look at that. Here, you take it.
Hey, thank you.
It's going to die pretty soon.
Hey, congrats, man. You guys are doing good, too. You're blowing up. I'm watching.
Oh, man, something small to a giant, man.
Hey, whatever. I mean, we all started somewhere.
That's right, man. Hey, man, it's really cool. I get to see you face to face, dog.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
it's normal. I'm a normal dude.
Man, you know, I've been rocking with you for a long time, though, man. I ain't never really talked to you, you know, really like talk to you, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But, damn, we might have to set one of these up, huh?
I mean, I'm cool with that.
I'm trying to paint him into a corner while I got him on here in front of everybody.
No. Hey, I rock with whoever rocks with me, homie. I'll do that.
Hell yeah, man. I'm gonna have to get a hold of you on the behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, man, it's really good to see you, man. I'm sorry we're getting ready to jump off here, man.
Hey, no worries.
Hey, man, we're gonna get up for sure, dog.
Oh, hey, 100%. I'll do that.
Hey, man, I hope you're doing good, though, brother.
Hey, I'm trying my best. I'm doing a lot better than I was for sure.
I know, man. You was running all over the damn country trying to get out there, man.
And hey, just trying to find home.
I feel you, dog, man. Hey, it's hard sometimes, man, when you know, it ain't as easy as some people think, man, is all I'm saying.
No, not at all. And the world can still love you and just not have a spot for you too, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, at least you're trying to stay positive, man.
Oh yeah. I'm good now. I'm just working my ass off. Tired.
That's what's up.
Know? And over here with Gangish, you know what I'm saying? Getting that good, wholesome, I don't know, life.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, shit. And we ready for that Culture Vultures to get going again.
Hey, that's what I'm waiting on too. I told him.
You heard?
I said we need to get that done. There's so much to talk about.
Oh man. I bet, man. I bet y'all be like, y'all gotta have some plans, man. I guarantee y'all got some ideas.
Oh yeah. That's all we do is brainstorm when we're not working.
That's what I was gonna say. Around here. I know Gangish does, man, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he don't ever, I don't know. He don't get a day off.
I'll tell you too though, man, you got two people, man, that you got two dudes that really like ain't about fucking each other over, man. Ain't much you can't really do though.
Yeah. You gotta watch it on this internet. It's a treacherous ass place.
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
You know, the betrayal is real on the internet.
Ain't it though?
Just be careful who you trust, and everything else will take care of itself.
Hey man, I'm gonna jump off here, man, but we're gonna do one for sure, dog.
All right, brother.
Hey, I can't thank you enough for getting on here for just a second, man. That's awesome, man.
Hey, no worries, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. I'll see you guys.
All right, bye, Stickle. All
right.
Look at that, boys. Huh? Right there at the end, we got Rick on here. You heard? Man, y'all can't ask for much more than this, huh? Day 50 really turned out, didn't it? Huh? You heard? Man. Wow. I don't even know what to think, man. We had Gangish and VPS on here tonight. Mind blown. You heard? All right, boys, look. 12 o'clock at night here. We're about to jump off here, man, and get to bed, I reckon, man. Try to figure out what I'm going to do in the morning. But thanks for hanging out with me, man. I think we did a pretty good show. Hopefully the sound wasn't too bad. I'm not sure. I don't really hear it now. It kind of went away. I don't know. But it wouldn't be right if it wasn't a little bit messed up. You know what I mean? That being said, I appreciate everybody that's been here, man. It's kind of hard to watch the chat and have a good conversation. So, you know, I don't know what to say about that, but I appreciate everybody that stopped in, everybody that watched, and what else can I say, boys? We've said it all. Bicycle. Oh man, hold on a second. There we go. Bicycle. We're back. All right, look here. For real this time, y'all. Bicycle.